There'll be a bit of Gerry Anderson news.
There'll be the continuation of last week's Randomiser, where we'll continue watching some more Space 1999 Year 2.
And the second part of my special featurette from Standby for Action in Birmingham.
The Gerry Anderson Podcast with Jamie Anderson, Richard James and Chris Dale.
I really feel like it should be introduced by Jeff Tracy there. Pod 3, 2, 1.
Or Ted Rogers. 3, 2, 1.
Yes, that could work.
More
yes.
on brand to be Jeff.
Anyway, it is Pod 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Which is very pleasing, isn't it?
It's lovely, yeah.
Do you think we'll ever get as far as 5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
I don't think we've got 5,000
No.
100 months. No, more than that.
We'll all be
54,000 months in us from now, do we? No, we don't have that long.
We're here to talk about all things Gerry Anderson.
Oh,
and that
makes
includes
sense.
the Gerry Anderson news.
Oh, yeah. Are you suggesting we do that now?
Yeah.
Here's the Gerry Anderson news. Gerry Anderson news for
Yes,
you.
that's right. Here it is.
Well, carrying on the pattern from last week, how about 2 bits of news for you?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, is
Have
that
you
all
got
right?
2?
I can make them up.
Go on then.
Yeah. Anderson Entertainment is celebrating 25 years
25
of business this month.
Is it?
25 years, 2.5 decades.
Wow.
For those who work in decades
Looks-
rather than years.
Looks good for its age, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's time.
That's a quarter century or so.
You're absolutely
Yeah,
right.
it's amazing.
A point to 2.5% of a millennium. Anyway, let's move on from the measurements of it.
Great.
There's going to be a little sale coming up to celebrate.
Hooray!
Little sale.
And what percentage do you think we should discount some things by for 25
33
years?
and a third.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Not the
Yes.
one, though. Chris, any idea?
100%.
Well,
Absolutely
as it's
not.
Space Precinct anniversary year, I think 88.
Yeah?
Yeah?
No, I was going to go for 25.
25, that works, yeah.
Yes. In due course, there will be a special sale for the Gerry Anderson store with 25% off selected
Nice.
Oh,
items.
nice.
For you to enjoy and celebrate 25 years with us. And also, we're going to be delving into the archive, showing you some secret hidden bits and pieces, bits of work that Dad was pulling together over the years, projects that never came to be. Everything from, something scribbled on the back of a beer mat. He didn't scribble on the back of beer mats, but you know what I mean, the equivalent, through to much more fully worked up things that, again, didn't quite make it. Letters, photographs from the archive, all those bits and pieces to celebrate 25 years.
Great.
So what was the actual sort of, it started 25 years ago with what? What was the first big
Well,
thing?
the company was founded in 1999 and began development work. I guess it probably would have been very early parts of New Captain Scarlet, what would go on to become it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gosh.
Just a continuation of the long line of
Yes.
things from
those
Maybe
years
Films
ago.
to Century 21 to Group 3 to Anson Burr to Inimitable and then Anderson Entertainment. So there you go.
And here we are.
Where did the time go?
I have no idea. Anyway, happy 25th Anderson
Yes.
Entertainment.
Yes.
Happy
yes, well done.
anniversary, yeah.
Anniversary.
Anniversary.
That's good, isn't
Ah.
it? Are you a tabletop role-play game person?
What, Chris? Oh.
No.
Oh.
Are you?
No.
Then this isn't really for you. But if you are
Oh, yeah.
Podsterons, then you may have seen the launch of our Space 1999 tabletop role-playing
look good.
game.
It does look good, to
So
be fair.
very much in the style of Dungeons & Dragons. We're doing this in partnership with Modifius, who did the Matt Leacock Thunderbirds game 10 years ago, right, I think. So it's a D20 game, so using their 20-sided dice.
Ah, right.
Yes?
Yes.
Two of them, so that's
Yes.
right, isn't it? Dice,
Uh-huh.
not die.
Yes.
And I noticed an article this morning from PC Gamer saying that they felt it was the most obscure game release of 2024.
Oh,
Hooray!
wow.
We
So
did it!
How
Yay!
is that? Now we are
And next year we'll go even more obscure.
Yes, the Investigator board game, not that. But you never know.
Yeah.
So we are inviting sign-ups for those of you who would like to get early access and get a copy of the rulebook and the dice. So you can just go to shop.gerryanderson.com, click on the banner, put in your email. There's no actual commitment of cash at this stage, but we're just trying to gauge the level of interest, which has so far been quite high. We've been pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, great.
So thank you very much for that. But do go sign up, spread the word to your tabletop gaming chums, or just start a new hobby and become a tabletop role-playing gamer.
Yeah, I might try that.
Well, we could do a game here.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That would be something, yeah.
If we were to go to the Gerry Anderson store, do you still have some of those Space 1999 asymmetrical tops available? Oh, I mean, I've got mine, but
Yeah.
I'm just thinking,
Yeah, no, sadly not. But we could revisit one day. But,
Yes,
let's
right.
see how much interest there is in the game.
Lovely. Great.
There you go. That's it. 2 pieces. Enough for now. That's the end of this week's Gerry Anderson news.
News.
Oh, nice.
What was that?
The end of Space.
News.
End of Space
yeah,
1999.
you
Got
See?
you. Very good.
See?
Very nice. I see.
I've been thinking about that all week.
Nailed it.
Now, something I've been thinking about all week is the second part of my featurette from Standby for Action in Birmingham.
Yes.
Of course you would be.
Would you like to see the full orchestra and cast in rehearsal for Deadly Uprising?
Well, I already have because I was there.
I'm
so,
not talking to you, I'm talking to them.
Oh,
Wait.
them.
And yes, they would. Welcome back to the Birmingham Symphony Hall, where preparations continue for Standby for Action 2. Let's see how they're getting on. Come on.
Stand by for action.
Come on.
We're about to launch Stingray.
So you're embodying Stingray today?
I am, yeah.
Are you excited?
I'm very excited. Dream come true. Absolute dream come true.
Well, we saw them in rehearsal a little earlier on. The cast are assembling on the stage here at Birmingham Symphony Hall for another technical rehearsal, this time with a full orchestra of Deadly Concerto. Let's see how they do.
Tower to Stingray. This is Marineville calling Stingray. Do you read me? Come in, Troy. Bones. Can you hear me?
Still no luck, Atlanta?
No, Father. Troy, Bones, and Marina should have returned to Marineville over 2 hours ago.
Dive! 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 We better get back to Marineville and make a report.
Troy, Bones, Marina, thank goodness you're back. Safe and sound in Marineville.
Thanks, Atlanta, but it was touch and go out there for sure. Yeah, a submarine that can hide itself from sonar, block your radio transmissions, and leap out of nowhere. Sounds like trouble, Troy.
Sure does, Commander Shore. Sure does.
Greetings, King Harmonious of the Harmonians.
Greetings, mighty title.
We have seen the might of your submarine craft, but you promised us an ultimate weapon to destroy the wasps.
Indeed I did, and here it is.
But the Great Titan, that just looks like some kind of crazy musical instrument. Silence, X20. Show respect to King Harmonious. I am sure it is much more than that, is it not, Harmonious?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Say, Marina, what is it?
Can you hear that?
Why is that crazy sound?
Why, it's music. Beautiful music.
What? Hey, yeah, it is kind of beautiful.
Yeah, really
wisdom. Oh, no.
Didn't you do this once before?
Do not question my wisdom, Tempest. As the old Turanian saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, Typhon looks upon your wretched faces. If he turns his back upon you, your fate is sealed. Well, mighty Lord Typhon.
Let's face it, kind of knew that would happen. Everyone, let's get out of here, and fast! What are these strange enchantments that start whenever you're near?
That start whenever you're.
What would any Gerry Anderson show be without the merch?
It would be not worth coming to.
It would be merchless.
It would be utterly merchless.
But luckily we have a whole store of merch here, Chris.
We do, and we have it all on these lovely tables.
Come on in. Show me through.
I'm going to show you, yeah. Well, here we have some upcoming items. We have our lovely Stingray sidearm here, which we modelled on the podcast, as we modelled the VIP Eagle here. We also have the upcoming Scott Tracy cosplay costume. It's very exciting, but you can't get those today. You can look at them. But if we go a bit further down, we have the Eagle Transporter and Rescue Eagle.
The last ones!
I know.
They're right here.
They've been selling like hotcakes.
Like hot eagles.
Hot crashed eagles, yes, indeed. We also have, moving on, we have a lovely selection of soundtrack CDs from Silver Screen.
Yes, now we're being interrupted here. Tell us your name.
Stephen.
What are you looking at there, Stephen?
The Terrorhawks, 40 years.
Yeah.
I've got to have this.
Tempted?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
100%.
What are you looking forward to most in the concert tonight?
Oh, Sidewinder.
Sidewinder.
Yeah.
What about the Terrorhawks music?
Yeah.
What about Space Precinct?
Yeah.
Well, not talking to you again. Yeah. Come on, let's move on, Chris. Just ignore him. And what else do we have here behind Rob?
Up here we have some lovely comic anthologies. UFO, Space 1999 and Terrorhawks. Look at that. All
Fantastic.
Classic comics from Countdown, Look In, and also Look In.
Brilliant. And finally, Chris, over here,
we have a lovely selection of tech manuals from our own Chris Thompson, Andrew Clements, and Jack Knoll. Wonderful examples and explorations of the worlds of 5LXO5, UFO, Joe 90, Space 1999. They're all here. More to come. Speaking of more to come, as we move past our collection of DVDs and Blu-rays here, including the last Gerry Anderson concert, Stand By for Action #1, Gerry Anderson Life Uncharted, we have a few more upcoming treats here.
Oh, yes.
On these lovely little cards. We have the upcoming UFO and Space 1999 novellas, Show and Play, Armageddon Engine.
Now, I think James Swallow is here, isn't he?
James
somewhere?
Swallow is here somewhere.
Great.
I have not yet seen him, but we will keep an eye out.
Yep.
And finally, just on the end here, we have the upcoming Stingray Technical Operations Manual. People have been asking about this. Again, Chris Thompson and Andrew Clements have done a fantastic job. And possibly even more exciting, we have the Stingray comic anthology coming up.
Amazing.
Which is part of the Stingray Deadly Uprising saga, which also has, amongst all these classic stories from TV Century 21, several brand new Stingray comic strip stories, completely original, exclusive to this volume. They're all part of the new Stingray Deadly Uprising 60th Anniversary saga.
Amazing. Well, better get my wallet out then.
And we've got some programmes around the corner as well.
Come on, let's have a look at programmes. Come and see.
Okay.
Yes, here we are. So, Stand By for Action 2,
That's right.
Tunes of Danger.
What a fantastic, beautifully designed program we have here.
Yes, now it's quite unusual because I think it actually includes a script to the Deadly Concerto, which is the live Stingray story being performed on stage later.
By our lovely Stingray audiobook cast. We have details of all our singers and performers and musicians in here. And yes, there's the script for Deadly Concerto, so you can read along with that and even perform it at your leisure after the concert.
Right, Podsterons. Okay, here's your challenge. If those of you who've come to the concert, if you get hold of one of those programs, find the script, and together with a couple of mates, perform your version of Deadly Concerto on video, send it into the podcast, and I promise we'll show the best one. How's that? Do you remember just a few hours ago we were in this room and it was deadly quiet? Have a look now. Here we are in the green room. It's about an hour and a half until the performance.
Oh, my word.
I'm joined by Mark Silk.
Good morning, good evening.
Now, Mark, I've had the pleasure of already seeing a rehearsal for Deadly Concerto.
It's so good.
We spoke about this when you were a guest on the podcast previously. Can you believe it's here?
I cannot. It's so exciting to see this thing happening in real life and to be performing this with the full cast, but a full orchestra. Yeah. To perform a brand new Stingray story with a full orchestra, it's kind of like dream come true stuff.
And may I say, a full audience.
Full audience. Total sellout.
Yes, extraordinary. What, apart from your star turn in Deadly Concerto, what other tunes are you particularly looking forward to tonight?
Well, I adore Parker Well Done. I want to hear... Well, hearing in rehearsals the Stingray theme live, it's astonishing. And again, there's some... I don't know what it is about this room. The acoustics of Birmingham Symphony Hall are incredible. But hearing that orchestra and this music in that room, it really sounds like the original scores. Yeah. So, when you hear the original, the March from Thunderbirds and Stingray and all these iconic things, it's very exciting. The thing, something I'm loving is in between each of the actual rehearsals of each of the tunes is just hearing each of the band members. They'll like tune up and do a little bit. So so you'll hear a little bit of Joe 90, then you hear a little bit of Terrorhawks, then you hear a bit of Thunderbirds, a little bit of something else. It's magical for a fan.
And I have to say, as I said, I was there for the rehearsal. You crack out quite a decent singing voice there, Mark. Is this the first time you've sung in public?
Well, yes.
Yeah.
Well, hello, nearly. It's the first time. This can be yours in 5 different pieces. It's the first time I've ever sung in public with a live orchestra too.
Extraordinary.
And of all the songs to sing out loud, Aquamarina. Yeah. Singing to Marina.
Great. Good luck, Mark. I'll see you out there.
Thank you, sir. See you there.
I'm now joined by, the voice of new Captain Scarlet and so much other besides in the Anderson universe, Wayne Forrester. Hi, Wayne.
Hello, Richard. How are you?
I'm very good. Now, you were here last time, I think, for the concert.
Yeah, I was here a couple of years ago, but not participating so much, just watching and enjoying.
What are your particular memories of the last time we were sat in that auditorium? Any highlights or favourites that you remember?
Well, I remember the orchestra dressing up as all those characters. Yes. they will look fantastic.
Yes.
But it's just, the score to all of Gerry's shows is just brilliant. People forget the kind of range of music that were in Gerry's shows, and it's so enduring. I remember that, Thunderbirds was the very first record I ever bought as a kid. I was about 5 years old. So it's funny how it's kind of followed me through my life.
Yeah. So you mentioned already you're playing a bit more of an active role this time. Could you tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, yes, we've got this new episode of Stingray, which is very exciting and great fun. And fortunate to be playing Lieutenant Phones.
Right.
And X20, which is
excellent.
good fun. Yes, Peter Lorre. And a character called King Harmonious, who is quite an unusual character from undersea.
Now, prior to the rehearsal I saw this afternoon, did you have any other meetings or rehearsals for this particular script?
We've had one Zoom rehearsal, which is a kind of flashback to lockdown days, which went very well. I mean, we're all pretty much like a rep company now, so we all know our roles. And
of course, because you've done the audio adventures and so on.
Yes, we've done all the adventures for Big Finish.
Yeah. But never before in front of an audience of 2,000 people?
No.
How does that feel?
It's scary.
Thanks
and of course, we're very prepared. Of course.
Yeah, of course you are, yeah. Thanks a lot, Wade. Good luck. I'm now joined by Jules de Young. Many of us will know you from your Big Finish and Anderson Entertainment audio Stingray adventures.
Oh, yes, that's loads of fun.
Yeah.
And now we're live and in person.
So how different an experience is that from being in a booth or in a sound room with other people to being on a stage in front of 2,000 people, do you think?
Well, when I'm in my booth alone, I don't run out and get gum, and I don't check my teeth for pizza left over from our snacking moments.
Yep.
So there's a little bit of a little bit of that going on.
Yeah.
But I think it's going to be really exciting because we're amongst family, aren't we really? You know, these are fans and friends who are going to be thrilled at almost anything we offer. So I feel like it's a safe space.
Yes.
And the orchestra's amazing.
Yeah.
We could just stand there and they could play and that would be enough.
Yeah, so I think Wayne was saying earlier that you'd had previous sort of rehearsals and Zoom rehearsals and
Yeah.
so on. But how was it, for the first time, I guess, to hear during rehearsal that orchestra behind you?
It was quite shocking because I had in my mind what the stings were going to sound like, what the interludes were going to sound like. I missed most of my cues, and I didn't realize where I was supposed to talk over music. So that was a little bit tricky. But mostly I was just in awe of everything. Those musicians just have come together for this. And they're all pros, and they're just going to make us sound really good.
Yeah. Do you think you're going to get a chance to actually relax and enjoy at least a good part of the concert as well as appearing in it?
I get half of it.
Wow.
Half, where I'm not going to be even thinking about what I'm doing. And then I'll come out, and when I'm back off stage, I'll enjoy the rest.
Brilliant. Well, we look forward to seeing it. So good luck.
Yeah, thank
See
you very
out there.
much. Okay.
I'm now joined by someone who purports to be Nicholas Briggs.
That is correct.
I understand you had something of a hand in, writing this that we're about to watch?
It was this hand.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, it was both.
Right.
Typing. I wrote it. Jamie Anderson, I don't know whether you've heard of him.
No, carry on.
We don't know who
we'll
he is.
come back to it.
He came up with a basic idea, which
very basic, I should imagine.
Very, very basic. That Titan should gets an ally, and it would involve something to do with music, and Marina would get a voice and be able to sing.
It's very vague, isn't it?
It is vague, and then the rest of it was just me going.
And of course, this kickstarts a whole celebration for the 60th anniversary of Stingray. Do you know what else is coming up for the next few months?
Well, I know all about it, but I'm afraid I just can't tell you.
Also, you're here in your role as director today. Yes. I did notice you in a very quick rehearsal here in this very room. You were directing the cast. How did they take your direction, would you say?
Well, not awfully well, so we'll just see how it turns out. No, they were good. I mean, we got it all planned out nicely. We haven't had as much rehearsal with the orchestras as we like, so anything can happen in the next 3 hours.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go.
Well, here we are. The concert has been and gone, and I think it's fair to say we all had a good time, didn't we?
Yes!
Okay, now Willow, some of our viewers might know you very well from our TikTok account.
A few might, yeah.
What did you make of this evening?
It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, we had the best view because we was on the top of the circle, so we got to see everyone enjoying it. We got to see everyone dancing along in their seats. We got to see them clapping along. It was absolutely amazing. Just to see the crowd reaction was brilliant.
And how lucky were we all to be in the audience for the premiere of the brand new Stingray adventure, Deadly Concerto. What did you make of that?
Oh, we thought it was absolutely fantastic. We were talking about it. We were saying, obviously, star of the show was Ben with his Stingray. The boy needs props for that.
Who's got another highlight? What was your favourite tune from this evening, do you think?
It's always good to hear Zero X in its full glory. March of the Oysters is a banger. Lovely to see some Space Precinct on the big screen where it belongs.
Always nice to see some Space
And it was absolutely spectacular.
Yeah, great. Any more highlights?
The Kate Kestrel song. I thought the Kate Kestrel song was absolutely my highlight.
Yeah, and the Terrorhawk Suite in general was lovely.
The Terrorhawk Suite was brilliant, but that Kate Kestrel song, I've not really heard it before, and it was so well sung. I mean, she's got a fantastic voice, that girl.
It was such an eclectic mix, wasn't it? We also had some music from Gerry Anderson and Life Uncharted.
I got emotional at that. I started to tear up. It was like, oh dear, here we go.
Yeah, it's quite special.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's all like the whole event is just totally emotional. It's just can't wait for the next one.
Can't wait for the next one. There we go. Right. Can you sum up the evening in 3 words? Go.
I can sum it up in 3 letters. F-A-B.
Say no more. See you next time for Standby for Action 3.
Yes!
And a wonderful time was had by all.
Yeah.
I mean, you must be very pleased, Jamie, with the way it went.
It was lovely. I mean, a few technical hitches, glitches, snafus, but it all added to the fun of the evening, and everybody was kind of willing it on. That was really lovely. And
Yes.
I have to say, the Aquamarina duet between Wendy and Mark was amazing.
Yes.
The SOS by Kate Kestrel. That was
That gave me chills.
I was just grinning, like my cheeks were hurting from the grin for that. And then the big kind of bombastic finale with all the themes and all that sort of stuff. It's just so you can feel the kind of energy and excitement building in the room. It was great.
Yeah.
Yes.
So there we are.
Great work all round.
Yeah. Well, and a big thank you, I suppose, to Ross Arrowsmith.
Wow. The Dick Dastardly to your Muttley.
Yeah, I wonder what you're going to say then. Who followed me around diligently with a camera and a microphone all day. And,
You gave him no choice.
Oh, yeah, I literally didn't give him much choice, to be fair.
You said if you don't follow me, you're not having anything to eat.
And you'll slip down my table of favourites.
Yes.
I'm very pleased to report he's still well up there for now.
Oh, well done, Ross.
Talking of my favourites, shall we hear from the Podsterons?
Yeah.
Yes.
This is the voice of the Podsterons.
Our lovely Podsterons just can't leave us alone, can they?
Well, we're glad they can't.
No,
Please don't leave us alone.
Every week they keep emailing their questions and
wrong with them?
comments.
Don't make it sound like a hassle. It's
to
great.
podcast@jerryanderson.com and expect us to read them out. Tell you what, I am going to read some out.
Go on.
In fact, I'll read one out. Here's the first one. Hi, Jamie, Richard, Chris, and all the gang. This is from Seb Bird, who was in excellent
Seb.
UFO costume. I don't know if you saw him on the night.
I did.
Rocking his Gabrielle Drake from UFO.
Nice.
I wanted to get in touch, says Seb, to sing my praises for Standby for Action 2. It was orbital, totally tremo.
Oh, wow.
John Coltrane proved once again to be the perfect host, or should that be hosts? Yeah. All of the musicians and their intrepid conductor, George Morton, were wonderful. Deadly Concerto was a deadly delight, and there were several tracks played which threatened to ruin my eye makeup, namely Sidewinder, Fireflash, and Sun Probe. All pieces of music which took me right back to childhood, as I'm sure it did for many others. Space Precinct was so glorious, I couldn't help but break character and let out a woohoo!
Oh, that was him.
Yes. Now it makes sense. It was lovely seeing you all and my fellow Podsterons. So lovely that I had post-concert blues on Sunday travelling home. This fandom really is like one big family. Great news about the Scott Tracy cosplay, says Seb. Might this be an opportune moment to beg, plead and grovel for an official Ellis Shadow Moonbase cosplay and some Space Precinct shirts/shield badges? Gotta go, there's a 2:30 in progress involving a Creon dentist on School Street. Love to you all, Seb Bird.
Nice references. And said you can beg. That's fine.
Yes.
It's not currently on the list.
Yeah.
But you never know.
Yeah. Poor old Space Precinct.
Well, I'm poor old.
The Space
gay
Precinct
Ellis
badge is
costume.
probably easier to do than the gay Ellis
Yes.
costume by a
True
long
enough.
way.
That's right, yes. One there for you, I think, Chris.
One there for me, yes. Hi, YouTubesterons.
Oh, that's us again, yes.
You
Must
did
be
it.
us. Oh, what?
Did we?
You did
Wasn't
it.
me.
I don't
That
know.
wasn't me.
No. You put on a fantastic show for me and the other fans.
Oh, that was you. You did that.
Great.
So many highlights, great tunes from several composers, great visuals from the team, superb orchestra, always good.
Great.
Deadly Concerto went down a storm, with Wayne Forrester's harmonious portrayal another highlight. Yes. Before the show, I had the pleasure to see a superb original merchandise display provided by Malcolm Garrett and the team from Manchester University,
Yes, thank
who
you,
keep
Malcolm.
it safe for future students and whoever wishes to see it. He was so lovely to chat with. He was. Another display of models was there, and I just had to pick up some merch on display. But selfishly for me, it was a chance to gather with fellow Podsterons and socialise with the loveliest community in the world. It's in caps. In the world.
It's true.
Can't wait till next year, because you know you want to.
Next year. Come on, Jamie.
Best wishes,
Crack on.
Steve. P.S. Did I mention the concert was excellent?
Yes, you did mention that, Steve. Yeah.
P.P.S. Just to further say that to talk about Anderson cruises, we have just been on the very first Podders and a cruise on the Birmingham Canal.
See?
Thank you for the suggestion. Yes.
You see?
Who would have thought it?
If you build it, they will come.
Yes.
Let's book the ship.
Yeah.
And then sell some tickets, and we're off.
Well, I was in Windsor yesterday, and I took the river cruise up to Bray Studios,
Oh, yeah.
where they made Terrorhawks and such. And I thought as we were going up, it's got a pre-recorded tour guide, and I thought as we got there, it would say, oh, and here's where they did Hammer Horror and Hammer Horror Hammer. As if you look to your left, this is where they made the effects for the first series of Space 1999. And the following year, they did the effects for the second series of Space 1999. So yeah, the tour up to Bray is very nice.
Wow.
There that's one where we could go.
So there's a market
Steal
for
a
it.
boat.
Well, yeah. Well, Bray's just been bought by Amazon, hasn't it?
It has, yes, I saw that, yeah.
What's going to happen there now?
Yeah.
Maybe a Terrorhawk
Maybe.
stage.
Exactly.
Wow.
Who knows?
We can dream.
Yeah.
Speaking of Terrorhawks.
Yes, a YouTube comment there for you, I think, Jamie.
Oh, from when we watched Terrorhawks to Catch a Tiger.
That's right.
From Morehef or Morahef.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say Morehef.
Okay.
I'm with Richard on this.
Oh, yes.
I can take or leave Terrorhawks.
This is awkward.
Amazing how fast you can go off the commentary. Some of the characters jar with me, but by far the worst thing was the naff 80s music. I'm sorry, I have to take issue with you there.
Yeah, fine. That's what it's about. It's fine. Take issue.
The 80s music's amazing.
Yeah.
Flipping awful songs, unnecessarily shoehorned into the plot. Is this you writing under another name? With the cheapest synths they could lay their hands on. They were not the cheapest.
No.
They were
They were
at the
cutting edge.
JP8, Fairlight. They were like the most expensive synths in the world.
Yeah.
I have to take issue with all of this.
Yes, yes.
Having said that,
Oh.
Windsor Davis is an absolute joy.
Hooray! He's done
Also,
something.
loved the interview with Rodney Matthews. What an intriguing, interesting, and colourful gentleman.
Absolutely.
Lovely
Well,
Rodney.
yes.
Yeah, there you go. So,
Thank you for your comment.
yeah, you shall disregard it.
The last two sentences we're very grateful for.
Yes.
But as we say, there's always something for someone, isn't there?
Yeah, but I'm gonna yuck on this person's yuck.
Oh,
So
wow. Yeah, I mean, there's so much for me to enjoy in the Gerry Anderson universe. Terrorhawks isn't one of those things.
That's fine.
And that's okay.
all the more
Yet,
for me and Chris.
you've got a lot more to watch.
Oh, yes. Fair enough.
We
Good
could win you
point.
over yet.
Yeah, great.
We'll keep trying.
Podsterons, will we win you over with more Terrorhawks on the Randomiser? Well, only time will tell. But for now, look, time's pressing on.
He's
I've got
doing
to go
it,
again. I'm really
We don't
sorry
even
about
want
this.
you here.
But, I mean, you saw the first part of Space 1999.
You'd just be asking questions. What did I miss last time?
Yeah.
Come
Why
on,
are they doing
just
that?
gonna
Why
press
are they
this
saying that?
Don't
We
press
don't
it.
press
Don't
it.
press
It's done.
We know what's happening.
Go on then.
Just go.
All right.
Get lost,
go.
you
Wow.
Dorzak.
Last time on the Randomiser.
One of the spaceships that escaped from Psychon before it blew up.
Nice clips of Cyclone blowing up there, Chris. Thanks.
Dorzak, he's alive. He's a prisoner on Zahala's ship. Dorzak was a philosopher. He was a man of peace. He wouldn't change.
According to Sahala, he had to take over.
She's lying, I tell you. I don't know Maya, but I do know Dorzak. One of my crew is dead, and another near dead. But with your help, we can save her. We must.
What do you make of this? Just could be a deliberate implant of some kind.
It'll have to come out. It's involved in the wound.
Where is she?
In medical center. Yes, Dad. Sahala is here.
It's wrong what we did to the Psychons. We should have let them live in peace. She killed Clea.
Oh, so dramatic.
I know.
At least we know where we stand.
So if you missed it last week, now you're all caught up.
I mean, I didn't need to watch last week.
No.
Just watch that.
You could have done a Richard James and cleared off.
Yeah, well, maybe next week.
Yeah. And that's an interesting touch there. As I said last week, this is Sam Dastor's first episode. And Barbara Bain put her arm around his shoulder there. In the very next episode, Martin Landau does the same thing. And I always wonder, and if I ever meet him, I'd like to ask him, was there a sense of sort of, you're the new guy, come on, we welcome you.
We've got to make you look like we're all friends here.
Or if it's just a coincidence.
Yeah.
Your faith sustained us both.
Now that I've killed Yester.
Get her back to detention.
Oh, don't use the fingers. No.
The fingers of doom.
Fingers of doom.
She was obviously lying, Alan.
Alan's still got faith.
Obviously. Something doesn't hang together here, Tony. She talked about Dorzak's mind having power over other people. Maybe she's the one with the power. Will you take some advice from an old buddy? Stay away from her. Something like that.
I really like the relationship between those two, considering they're both, essentially fulfilling the same role in the show. Now this is one of my favourite examples of an actor completely stealing an entire scene.
Well, how about filling me in?
With a one-scene character.
Okay.
It's a nothing character, but I just love the attitude.
It's a neuropulsonic...
And the swagger on this guy.
Well, I didn't say that. Dr. Russell said it.
This is Richard Leparmentier. I think that's how you pronounce his name.
It's a great name.
These
Yeah.
are organic psycho waves. What does that mean? Well, they're electrical impulses associated
He was in Star Wars. He was the first person to get force choked by Darth Vader.
Oh, he was around the table, was he?
Yes, he's the one who starts mouthing off.
And you could jam that message if you had one of these implanted in your head? Exactly. Sam, did our sensors pick up any organic psycho waves like these transmitted today? Yes, they did.
Oh, yes. And that's it, you never see him again. It's such a small part, but it's like he's gone in there and going, I'm going to do the best damn job I can do. And it's so strange, but yeah, that role really sticks in my mind for some reason.
But never to be repeated.
No. And it's one of those actors you see doing that and you think, actually, why didn't you come back?
Yeah.
It could have been a regular. Because they don't really have a regular engineer as such in the second year. So she's mentioned the molecular transformation thing that she can do, which allows her to turn into all manner of guinea pigs. Oh, spotty ones.
Wow.
Immobile ones that look stuffed.
I enjoy doing something you cannot.
You must teach me the principle.
There was a bit of a half-hearted transformation
I know.
sequence, really.
If you really want to impress someone,
Yeah.
transform into a guinea pig.
turn into a guinea pig.
And now a stick of celery.
That famous brain of yours in finding my Alphan friends a habitable planet. And I will teach you molecular transformation when I get back.
Hamsters, gerbils, the world's your oyster.
As long as it's rodents.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, is it a mind probe?
Whoa. What?
Actually, looks like they're just checking her ears for wax.
Yeah, polystyrene. No, we're now going to make sure if she's got a little
Just behind the ear.
little thingy in her head.
Oh.
It's a simple operation. Be done in minutes.
If only we'd known what that thing was before we removed it from Yester.
Yester. Poor Yester. She died with his foul accusations on her lips. She must be in misery thinking I might blame her.
No. Wherever she is, she'd know that you wouldn't blame her.
Then you're convinced I'm telling the truth.
Of course. Maya, look at this.
This should put Alan Carter and Maya right up against each other.
It should, yeah. It doesn't seem to.
No. That's like the one I was kind of really looking forward to.
Yeah.
Is that conflict.
Well, they have a fight. She turns into another guinea pig.
Exactly. Yes. It nibbles Alan Carter's ankle.
Time that you brought Dorzak out of stasis.
They've got enough evidence now to present the case that Dorzak
She's accusing Dorzak of transferring.
is naughty, but Maya doesn't want to believe it.
No.
Crotons developed the device to jam psycho waves before they enter the brain. Well, if that's true, then why was Clea affected and Yester? Claire was in love with Dorzak and removed the one thing that protected her from his power. I have to take
She removed the thing from her own skull.
How?
I don't know. And Dorzak was able to...
Auto neurosurgery.
Yeah, I mean, if it was like a sort of teleporter or something.
Little clip-on thing on the ear or on the cheek.
But the fact that it's actually in her skull. She's there on the spaceship smashing polystyrene against it. Come on, come out! Come out!
We can't control is Sahala.
Yes. Give me a weapon. I'll take him prisoner again. No, Tony.
Don't worry, I don't intend to do that. Would you escort the lady back to detention?
Oh, God, that's all he does this episode.
Do you have anything else for me to do, sir? Yeah, this security guard is an actor named John Judd, who was in the show a couple of times.
Does he basically show people to detention, that's it?
Pretty much, yeah. I think the John Jericho security guard must have gotten lost somewhere or something.
Be on the table.
Intrigue music, yeah. So,
it's a bit protectorsy.
Yeah. Well, it's appropriate enough considering she's about to turn into Protector's Lady.
Oh.
If Dorzak suspects, be careful, Maya.
So, yeah, we've got a bit of subterfuge here.
Right.
Attention all security personnel. The Croton woman Sahala...
It's two different times at once there, by the look of it. On the it's 1420 and 1608. Simultaneously, somehow. You wouldn't have thought they'd have multiple time zones on Alpha, yeah.
No.
Unless one of those is meant to be Earth time.
Yeah.
If I can help in any way...
I have free access around the base now, apparently. That happened off screen.
People suffered injury because of me. All right, Alan, how did it happen? I don't know. Oh, what the hell is security playing at? Tell Sahala...
Where's the security chief? Oh, that's me, isn't it? Oh, God. It's the only time in the series he gets to complain about the security personnel, and actually it's not really anyone's fault, because it's all a pretense. But the number of times he says, what are security playing at, when they're his own men?
Yeah.
He's the security chief. Yeah, the show doesn't always remember that.
No. Yeah, it's weird when they'll lean on continuity like the Psychons and then actually just the Alpha personnel.
Yeah.
Who cares, really?
And that was briefly Yoshiko Nagazumi there, filling in for one last appearance. Xenia Merton has left by this point. Yes.
May I remind you that if I choose to ignite the photon drive before I am clear of Alpha, all life here will be extinguished by radiation.
Oh, there's that word. Radiation. Radiation does everything in Space 1999. None of it good.
Well, power?
Power, yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit good, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose. So we're going to turn him over.
Dorzak.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice acting crew.
But is he going to see through the plan?
War seems to come naturally to you, Psycho.
And it all comes down to the fact that she turned herself into a guinea pig. If she hadn't told him that she could turn herself into other things, he wouldn't have known that they could do
there
it.
would be no fear of her.
Yeah, so he wouldn't have thought that this would be Maya in disguise.
By contentment. We Psychons are steeled by the struggle for survival.
Well, it's showing Myra's such a show-off then, isn't it?
Yes.
You cannot subvert my mind as you did Yesta's.
It may be decades old, but your civilization was based originally on military supremacy. Only when that was achieved could the luxury of culture grow.
On the Stasis couch. This gun is set to kill.
Yes. The couch is very comfortable.
Couch nice.
How did you subvert Yesta's mind?
Dorzak, lie down.
You should know that. Sahala would know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Maya.
You tremble, Sahala.
I am not trembling.
Are you suddenly afraid of me? Sahala would not be afraid of me.
No.
Do you know why you are afraid of me?
Because you are not
Sahala. You are not Sahala.
Yes.
There we go. You called it.
Sorry, didn't mean to ruin the tension.
Now, she could turn herself into one of her super strong dinosaur monsters and just shove him on the couch, seal him in.
Pin him down.
But she feels they have to have a chat.
Oh, that was a good bit of music there. Nice little sting. Right. So our last bit now.
Yes.
What will happen?
By now. Give her another couple of minutes, then we'll go in.
Is everything all right in there? Has he confessed yet? We'll be outside.
First my father, and now you.
She's been confronted with the truth, and she doesn't like it.
Struggle for survival that makes monsters of us all.
But the Alphans aren't warped by their struggle.
It's a nice line.
Yeah.
Struggle for survival that makes monsters of us all.
A dozen deaths.
They saved me from our doomed planet.
You are a child, Maya. A child that can be of a great
Granted, Koenig kind of brought on its destruction in the end, but, you know...
That's what, he's not there, so there's no one to blame. Very important question. Psychons.
Yes.
Psychons' eyebrows. Do male Psychons all have a double layer of Rice Krispies and females have a single layer?
No, because the only other one you saw was her father, Mr. Brian Blessed, and I can't remember if he had 2 layers or not. He certainly seems to have sort of curlier wisps at the side.
Yeah.
But Myers went through several changes over the course of the run.
Well, if you have evidence, Podsterons, email us podcast at gerryanderson.com
What male Psychon has your favourite eyebrows?
Yeah, with the subject line, Rice Krispie eyebrows.
Yes.
Convey to me the knowledge of molecular transformation.
Oh.
Tell me how to turn into a guinea pig. Very naughty man.
It's been too long.
She's right. Now.
Do you think something might have happened off screen?
I think something might be up here.
A bit of a switcheroo.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if I was Dorzak, and I was able to do that weird mind meld...
Yeah, find out the information on how to turn yourself into someone else.
Yeah, and then force her to turn into... Yeah.
Yeah. If you were Dorzak.
If I was Dorzak.
Yeah.
I'm not, but...
No.
From his own lips, he's not the Dorzak I knew.
I'm gonna go tell Sahara. Hey.
We'll have a security guard bring her up and then take her back and bring her up again.
Yeah.
I was afraid.
It is nice that you have Nick Tate and Tony Ann Holt. They're kind of basically the same character, and yet they don't seem to have sort of not got on with each other.
Not treading on each other's toes at all.
Yes, I'd love some.
Ah, there's the clue. Gives it away. Tony has offered her some of his beer.
Level 9. Oh la la.
And for once, it's actually that the beer subplot hadn't been mentioned in the show for a while by this point. This might even be the final time it's mentioned. And it's actually useful to the plot.
Finally.
Yes, finally, there's some purpose to it.
I'd like to stay here and apologize to Sahara.
Apologize? Oh, come on, Ma. You don't have to do that.
Please.
It's fine. We can all behave like jerks, and we never have to apologise. I've been doing it all my life, Maya.
Okay. But I'll be waiting. Come on, Helena. Let's go.
Suspicious slowing down. She can do a Columbo.
Oh, it's a nice evil eye from Catherine Shelder.
Before they leave, I'd like to learn something about stasis.
It's just not my day.
Tense. Wow, yes. Oh, great turn there.
I want you to perform an operation for me, Doctor.
Evil.
Yes, Dorzak.
Then I may go back to my ship.
Maya caught him off guard. He thought he was talking to you. We got the truth.
Yay.
How can I...
The truth that was blindingly obvious from the moment we first saw him. But
Yep.
At least now we know.
We all knew.
I was. And I am.
Kiss her, you fool. No, not yet.
Helena, I have the report you asked for.
Oh.
No. Can't talk. I need to go
Screw
somewhere with
you.
my plastic toolkit. Yes.
Oh, thanks.
Looks like an important piece of purple plastic.
Helena was just in here.
What?
She's a doctor. That's a medical center.
She picked up some surgical instruments and walked out without saying a word. I had some reports she was anxious to see, and she didn't care. Her actions were, well,
suspicious?
Very unusual.
Well, there have been a lot of unusual things happening around
Spencer,
here
private
lately,
detective.
You know, I even suggested Maya have some of my beer just now, and she actually said she'd love some. Well, that's pretty unusual behavior.
Dum dum dum.
There we go. It all hinges on the beer. On the beer and on the guinea pig.
Yeah.
It's an unusual pair of twists.
Yeah. Who would have thought?
Oh, it's a relief to see him safely in status again.
Now, unfortunately, we're coming up to something that I'm not keen on, is the fact that Alan falls under his power, and it falls to Tony to save the day. And I kind of feel like it should be the other way round.
Yeah.
Because you've got this Sahala-Alan love thing. I just really feel like it should be Alan who saves the day here. Instead, Nick Tate gets to do his hypnotised acting.
It's very convincing.
Oh, yes.
Is there room on that bed for two?
Forgive me for pointing, Miss Actress Sahala, but until that implant is removed from your head, I cannot reach your mind.
Oh.
Dr. Russell.
And he wants to reach her mind because...
Dr. Russell has
I don't know. Possibly she has all sorts of information about important Croton peoples and planets.
Yeah. She just took the surgical instruments out of that drawer and walked out without a word. She's just never acted that way before.
And I've been in the show nearly a whole episode now. I've never seen her behave like that.
Oh? Oh. Oh, I thought it was massage, but it was... no.
Massage of doom.
It was Venusian Aikido instead.
Yes.
Dr. Russell, your patient is ready.
She did perform brain surgery with that tiny little med kit.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Don't want to get any blood on the sofa there.
No.
Bandaged up area. What are you doing? Oh, no.
The eyebrows of Crispy Doom.
If you will hand me your weapon, please.
I suppose, actually, having said that you don't miss Martin Landau in this episode, there is a part of me that would like Koenig to suddenly rush in and save everybody for no reason. But it's Tony.
Well done, Tony.
He's gonna save the day. Shoot him, go on. There we go. Ah,
well, that was
everybody's
easy.
freed, yeah.
Helena, you all right?
Yes. I'm all right.
I've saved the day. This doesn't happen. I don't know how to take it. Well, I'm not having this as a girlfriend.
Yeah. You might drink beer with him, though.
Yeah, there's that. Well, I've no idea what I'm doing.
It's only sort of minor brain surgery, essentially.
Yeah, it's only entire physical transformation. It's fine.
Come on, Maya. Come round, change back.
This is the slowly getting there music.
Cut to Maya.
There she is. And again, she's not had a very good day.
Tony.
Welcome back.
It's all right, Maya. Everything is all right now. What happened?
That trusted old friend of yours, he's a psycho, but it's okay. So how did Tony resist the control of Dorzak? He had off-screen brain surgery before he turned up and had one of those things put in his head. And now they've got to take it out.
This was the fix, was it?
Yes.
They got to the end and were like, oh, God, how do we... Right, I know.
Brain surgery on Tony. Fortunately, it is a small brain, as we've established in previous episodes.
Right.
So it's only a 5-minute operation.
Plenty of room in there.
Yeah. Just press that against your ear and it'll
Nice
stop
job
the bleeding.
inserting that capsule, Doctor.
Nice job removing it, Doctor.
I mean, wasn't it worth leaving it in?
Well, you never
Case of
know.
any future Psychons.
What chance could there be that Alpha would encounter other aliens that might be able to telepathically take control?
He's with his
No comment.
No chance.
Crotons are conditioned never to be sad at a parting, but I am ashamed to say I am sad at this one.
Oh, yeah, it's sweet.
And I'm not ashamed of the way I feel, knowing I'll never see you again.
This is one of those episodes where you have a representative of a very advanced humanoid species comes to Alpha, and at the end they just let them go without saying, "Look, we need a home.
Yeah,
do
and you've
you
got
have room
tech,
for a few?
you know, the stars
Well,
around here.
There's not many of us. Yeah,
No.
but this is a nice way to end it too.
The way you say
Slightly sitcom. So
Yeah.
sitcom end titles. Oh,
And Snoggy, there we go.
Oh, that was unnecessary.
Alan
gratuitous.
finally gets the girl. Kind
Right.
of. And there we go. That was Dorzak. And I've always really enjoyed that one. It's not one of the greats of the second year. I think, you know, I'm grading it on the understanding that there is a lot of lesser episodes rather than this being great in its own right. But
Yeah.
I think it's still a strong entry for the second year.
I didn't not enjoy it.
Did you enjoy it more than the last Space 1999, the first season one with Richard Johnson whispering very seriously?
There was a little bit more to it with the characters, I reckon.
yes.
So I was quite pleased with that.
Yeah.
Plot holes.
Plot holes
galore.
yes, but
missed
that's-
opportunities.
Yeah, that's kind of the nature of the beast at this point, unfortunately.
But I did sort of enjoy it.
Yes.
A little bit.
Oh, that's good. We like this.
Well,
I
so
like-
where are you going out of 5?
Out of 5, and I'm judging this solely relative to other episodes of the second season, I'm going to give it a 3.8.
We're really going with the decimals now, are we? I didn't
think
realise.
so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give it a flat 3.
Okay,
which is
that's
pretty good.
Yeah, that's above average.
Yeah, because there were some interesting ideas.
Yeah.
Some poorly executed. Little tweaks could have elevated it to a 3.5 or even a 4, maybe.
Ooh.
I reckon.
And there's some nice interplay among the main cast.
Yeah.
I don't think you miss Martin Landau at all, which is
No.
really weird.
No, but I really would have loved to see more of a butting of heads between Maya and Alan Carter.
Yes, and perhaps less of the guinea pig.
Less guinea pig. Oh well, yeah.
That was enjoyable.
I quite enjoyed that.
Yes, hope you did at home too.
Yes, well done, year 2.
Yeah.
Next week, who knows? Maybe more Space 1999, maybe something
Doubtful,
else.
but possible, yeah.
It's the
Who
nature of the
knows?
randomiser.
Yes.
Until then, have a lovely time.
Yes.
Email us, podcast@gerryanderson.com with questions, thoughts, etc. And maybe Richard will bother coming back at
He
some
might
point.
come back, who knows?
We'll see. Bye.
Let's get started. Let's go.
Spectrum is green.
Sorry about that.
Welcome back. You're not sorry. Don't say you're sorry.
You know, so how did you manage without me again? Is it a
Well,
bit weird?
absolutely fine.
Bit better if we're honest.
Yeah, it was quite nice.
It doesn't feel a bit strange just not having me in the room with
It's
my...
remarkably pleasant.
I think refreshing is the word.
Refreshing.
You don't miss my
yes.
sort of insightful commentary or...
No, there's a new energy in the room.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
Yeah?
So,
We can sort of, you know, if you want to be phased out, that's fine. We can.
yeah, if the randomiser's not for you, that's no problem at all.
That's fine.
Okay.
You know.
All right. Well, we'll see how we go next week, shall we?
Yeah. I mean, don't bother turning up if you're not.
All right.
If you've got other stuff to do.
I'll see you next week. That was an Anderson Entertainment production.